Welcome to Kyrgyzstan. We're Luke and Sabrina, and today we are so excited to be in this little known Central Asian nation of Kyrgyzstan. It is a beautiful country with incredible mountainous terrain, and in this episode we're going to be experiencing the Kyrgyz nomadic culture, tasting their unique cuisine and exploring the beautiful landscapes of Kyrgyzstan. It's going to be a great episode, so make sure you stay tuned until the end. Let's go eat some Kyrgyz food. So today we are heading to a place called Enilchek. It's an abandoned Soviet mining town, and you should definitely come to Kyrgyzstan for the culture and the food, but I would be lying if I told you that's the reason to come here, because honestly, this is the reason you should be coming here. The landscapes are out of this world. This seriously might be the most beautiful place I've ever seen. We're at about 3,400 meters right now, and we need to go up another 400 meters to the high pass. Then we'll go down into the Kyrgyz Valley where Enilchek is. Just check this out. This is absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. We are making quite a lot of stops because it is just so damn picturesque in this country. And look at the snow. Oh, it's perfect for snowball. Let's go get Sabrina.
What the hell? Is there a snowball in me?
Oh my god. And that down there, you can barely see it, but that is the road that we just drove up. There is quite a bit of snow accumulating on the road, so we're gonna keep heading down to Enilchek and try to stop less, but it's pretty hard. So after 5 hours or so of driving from the city of Karakol, we've reached Enilchek, and we're here today with our partner Visit Karakol, who offer tours across Kyrgyzstan to all kinds of unique destinations like Enilchek, which is this Soviet-era mining town that has now been abandoned. So there used to be thousands of people living and working here in the mines, in the mountains, mining for precious metals, but now there's only about 30 families left. And just beyond those mountains, about 50 kilometers or so, you have China, Xinjiang, China. So this is a really unique place. We've never really been to this part of the world at all, and we're gonna head down into the town and meet up with one of the families that is still living here, and they are nomadic for part of the year, but now since it's the end of the season, they've come back to Enilchek, and they're going to prepare us some traditional Kyrgyz cuisine. How do you say it in Russian?
Can you say it a little slower?
Abli picha.
Abli
Picha.
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 Abli picha. So, right here I've got abli picha. I please excuse my pronunciation. That's a hard one to say. But anyway, these berries can be made into jams. They're really delicious, but if you have them just like this, it's really sour. So let's pick one off the tree. Woo! Yeah, that's very sour. Look, it's really juicy. But yeah, wow. Having it raw like this tastes good, but wow, it's like ultra sour.
This is the definition of a ghost town. There is barely anything left here. A lot of these buildings are completely gutted. No windows, no electricity, obviously, but there is a couple families still here. So we're gonna go meet up with the family that we're gonna be sleeping with tonight, and that they're gonna be hosting us and feeding us. So let's go meet them. So something interesting here in Kyrgyzstan that they do is when you're served tea, it's actually custom to use jam in your tea. So right here I've got a little bit of a raspberry jam, and I'll just take it and just plop it right in the tea like that, and it kind of sweetens it up. And I guess that's from the Soviet era. Oh, yeah, it makes it almost like a flavored, like a juice tea almost. Yum, nice and sweet. So the meat that we are using today for the Karakol is yak meat. You can see that dark red color. This is not necessarily common to use in Karakol, but it is a product that they like to use here in Kyrgyzstan, yak meat. So that yak meat's gonna fry away in some oil for about 30 minutes. She's gonna add potatoes, and then after that add some water and kind of let it boil down. It's a pretty simple dish, just a little bit of salt in there so far. So we're waiting 30 minutes or so until the meat is ready to add the vegetables to. So in the meantime, I think we're gonna walk around Enilchek and check out some of the abandoned buildings. So our guide Ibrahim from Visit Karakol was just showing us a picture of Enilchek, this city during the Soviet Union, and wow, what a difference. It was a bustling place back in the day, and they completely up and left this place, and it's been pretty much raided, and all the materials and stuff have been scavenged, and you're left with really not much. And we're gonna go check out these 3 huge old Soviet apartment buildings. This is definitely a little bit freaky in here. Keep your eyes out in the background of this video for ghosts that I didn't see. I want to be on Nuke's top 5. The building is so dilapidated, but you can tell that this place used to be quite a nice place, seemingly. It's very large. Oh God. I don't know where anybody went. Now I'm alone. This is terrifying. I feel like I'm in a horror movie right now. Okay, back to our regular schedule programming because I am not into that.
You're not into it? I was hoping
No.
something would like pop out, you know, like a ghost or
Yeah.
anything really.
Good for views, but I probably won't ever sleep again.
Probably not.
So she's added some onions and some potatoes to that yak meat, and that's gonna boil away for another 30 minutes or so, and that's the Karakol. It's a very simple dish, and in the meantime we're gonna prepare a dessert called chak chak.
Get. Neyma. Abaysın bir kız.
Medunum Beshbarmak filmchi. Kamera sizga terdich. Isirishni ko'rasan ha?
To make the chak chak, she started by making a dough of eggs and flour, and then she rolled it into a very thin sheet and then cut it into strips, and then cut those strips into small squares. And you can see that the ingredients are very simple, but that's because the nomadic people of Kyrgyzstan have limited ingredients to work with for their traditional cuisine. And now the little squares are going to be fried in some oil. So the chak chak is pretty simple, just a little bit of dough that's been fried in oil, and I think it's going to be topped with honey. And the Karakol is also just about finished. The table is set, so it's just about time to eat. Check out this Kyrgyz feast. We've got so many different things on the table. There's a lot of staple dishes, but the two main dishes we're interested in trying the most is first the Karakol, which is with yak meat. You can see the onions, the potatoes, that beautiful looking yak meat. And then this, which looks really unique, this is the chak chak. So after she finished frying it up, she added some honey on top and then some raisins. So that also looks incredible. What a beautiful spread of food. Let's dig in. Okay, I'm gonna go in for the Karakol, try to find a piece of the yak meat and try that just as is. The only thing added in there was salt and the onions, so let's try it out. Oh, it's really fatty on the outside and soft. And there's actually like a natural sweetness to it too. Let me chase it with one of the potatoes here. That is hearty. Very simple flavor, but very filling dish. This yak meat is really, really good. It must be super high quality because the flavor, there's only salt in there, so it must be all just coming from that yak meat and the fat. Finished off with our main course, and now we've got the dessert. Look how beautiful this looks. The chak chak kind of reminds me of Rice Krispie squares because they're all sticking together, and I think they're going to be crunchy. That is super, super sweet. And they're not actually as crispy as I thought. They're more like dense and just kind of crumble apart in your mouth, almost like a cracker or a cookie.
It's really cool to see ingredients that we're so familiar with, like flour and eggs and honey, and it's made into something that I've never personally tried before, really seen anything like it. And this snack really smells so good. I guess this dessert. Let's have a bite. Yep. Do you have a sweet tooth? Chak chak is for you.
Wow, what a meal. That is some seriously filling food, and our host and chef Nelly is extremely talented and very friendly. So we've actually been told that there's a hot spring, a natural hot spring near here, and that's apparently the best way to digest some kurduk. So we're gonna go take a dip in the hot spring. I'm so excited. So we are working our way down to the riverside where the hot spring is, and it is raining pretty heavy and very cold, like, I don't know, maybe 6 degrees. And somehow I'm gonna get in my bathing suit and get in the water. Oh, wow. Oh, I hope that's hot.
It's gotta be hot.
It's amazing. Oh God. That is amazing. Here comes Sabrina. Hurry! Hurry! It's so warm. Okay, we are both in the hot spring. I think I'm gonna sleep here tonight because there's no way I'm getting out of this. Back
How
into the cold.
are we gonna get out of this?
I'm not thinking about that right now.
Oh my God.
Wow, the temperature is actually phenomenal, and I can already feel the minerals in the water,
Yeah.
like soothing your skin. And who would have known that this was here? There's not a single sign. There's nobody else here. There's nothing around here.
That's why you need to have a local. Definitely check out Visit Karakol when you come here. They will get you hooked up with some of the best places here in Kyrgyzstan outside of Karakol. Oh, I love this.
There's some really fine sand on the bottom, and it's also really hot. Kind of rub it on. Oh, and it's also hot. You need to rub it on. Oh man.
So funny.
So after that extremely refreshing dip in the hot spring, we are back at the house, and tonight we are having Beshbarmak, which is Kyrgyzstan's national dish. So we're gonna watch how she prepares it now. Wow, those look perfect. So to make the Beshbarmak, it's only, again, a few simple ingredients. First, we have some more yak meat that has been finely minced up. And then she just made by hand the most perfect looking noodles I've ever seen. She cut them all the exact same width. I don't know how she did it, but the technique was absolutely incredible. And then the third ingredient is the soup broth. So that's a yak broth that she's dropped those noodles in to cook, and that's the Beshbarmak. I am super excited to try it. It's Kyrgyzstan's national dish. So the Beshbarmak is finished. She added all that yak meat in with the noodles, and these noodles look incredible. She also topped it with a little bit of like an onion puree almost, and wow, I am a sucker for homemade, handmade noodles. Let's try Beshbarmak. Oh man, that is lovely. The noodle texture is perfect. It's definitely bouncy, not soft at all. You get those nice little lean pieces of yak meat in there, and the flavor is mainly just coming from the meat. It's really infused into that broth, and it's nice and juicy. Oh man, what a perfect thing to have after the hot spring. Yum. So one interesting fact about Beshbarmak is the translation actually means 5 fingers, because apparently back in the day they would eat this with their fingers, which to me is quite strange because I've never eaten noodles with my fingers, but that is what the origin of the dish is. And she's also given us some sorpo, which is just a soup, which is the broth, the yak broth. Oh man, that is awesome.
So good. Wow.
I can definitely see why Beshbarmak is the national dish of Kyrgyzstan. That was absolutely delicious. And if you guys are planning your trip to Kyrgyzstan, make sure to check out Visit Karakol. You can find all of their information down in the description box so you can book your tour when you're visiting Kyrgyzstan. Wow, what an incredible day. This town is really interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
And the food was really delicious. And the nature, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Make sure if you haven't subscribed, hit the bell icon, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Chopstick Travel. Bye.
Bye.